Morning, folks. It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. Just going to bring y'all some highlights and some headlines of some news going on today. But before I do that, I just want to tell everybody I hope they're having a great day. And I want to tell everybody I appreciate them. Everybody that shows up and give me a sub and shows up to watch my videos. I hit my 1,000 subscriber mark yesterday, and I'm just happy for it. I'm about halfway there on my viewing hours, so I've got a long way to go on my viewing hours, but I'm at least at the halfway mark on that. And just glad to have the subscriptions, glad to have the new people showing up in the comment section and across the page as well. Just glad to have everybody here. Thank you for coming. Thanks for listening. Now let me go ahead and get into a little bit of news, but before I do, I just want to say this, that the midterms are going to be awesome. That's what I can say for sure. Even with all the nefarious actions that have happened and probably will happen as well, the Democrats are going to be destroyed 90%, at least in the races when it comes to November. Like Steve Bannon said yesterday, he said November 8th is going to be, let me see if I can actually get his actual statement here, see if I can find it real quick. Steve Bannon responds to the Atlantic hit piece, basically calling him a conspiracy theorist. He says, you're going to get a democracy suppository on November 8th. That's funny. That makes me laugh. I can't even tell you how much I think he's right. I think the left is going to get the biggest suppository they ever had come November 8th. It's just a matter of time. Now, there's quite a bit going on the news that I want to discuss a little bit about. And one of the things I want to let you know is Newsmax, this is not a Gateway article, but Newsmax just put out a piece this morning of Greg Kelly, and it's all about George Sorry Ass and all the money he has spent that proves that 20% of the population, if they had a crime held against them today, especially a violent crime, 20% of the population would be going in front of a George Soros funded prosecutor and possibly a judge as well. That's pretty scary. They show just the hundreds of millions of dollars that him and all his foundations have been pumping into our country to try to sway the scale of justice against justice. Just basically wanting to let these hardened criminals back out on the streets time after time after time. George Soros, they was asking a good question over there. They said, why would somebody purposely try to undermine our legal situation here in this country with hundreds of millions of dollars with these non-profit organizations? And there's only one obvious answer. He wants to destroy this country. Now my question is, why can't this guy be held accountable? These prosecutors that took the George Soros money, they need to be held accountable too. And that's just my opinion, but this stuff's got to stop. We got to figure out a way to get our justice system back in line, and it starts with kicking George Soros money out of our states, counties, and our courthouses, of course. Now, let me go ahead and get into a little bit of news here. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Nancy Pelosi has hired a film crew to do the whole January 6th pre-edited sham show committee. They're going to do some specially cut up clips of the January 6th insurrection, and then they're going to do some kangaroo court proceeding filming. You're not going to get to see full questions and full answers out of anybody, but you are going to get to see an edited, one-sided version of I guess Pelosi, Liz Cheney, and the Hollywood director that was hired by Nancy Pelosi to try to smear this thing a little more. You know, they never get tired of talking about January 6th, so they figured they'd just make a movie about it, since all their evidence is just kind of going by the wayside. Now, I think that was part of the reason that they went after Peter Navarro this week, and I think it's one of the reasons they're doing hit pieces on Steve Bannon this week as well. They're trying to drum up support for Orange Man Bad, and I guess the way you do that is you make Hollywood movies about it. Now, there is no legal justification for this committee to be holding hearings and throwing subpoenas at people and thinking they actually have prosecutory power. They don't. But at any rate, Nancy Pelosi is pretending she does have all this power, and it looks like Congress is just going for it. It's really sad. I think Kevin McCarthy could stop this crap if he wanted to, but I don't really think he is. Doesn't really give a crap about what happens to Trump supporters, including Trump himself. That's why I don't agree with Trump supporting him. Maybe that was the only guy, maybe that was the best thing to do for the party, but I don't believe it. I don't know. I think that we could have done better. I prefer Jim Jordan 100 times over Kevin McCarthy, and that's a fact. Kevin McCarthy is just a younger version of Turkey Neck Mitch McConnell, as far as I'm concerned. Now, there's a shocking video released, and I can't play it over here because it's about that Jay on the 6th. Well, it says the video footage here will not make it into the Liz Cheney kangaroo committee hearing, and the raw footage of Rosalind Boylan being beaten. If y'all remember that happened, that's part of the story that they don't want to tell when they make this documentary slash pre-edited movie, one-sided movie. I believe it's going to come on ABC on Thursday night, and they are promoting the crap out of this. They're trying to make people remember that somehow it must be Trump and all his supporters' fault that our country's in the toilet right now. And so they're going to just try to rehash a year and a half ago's issues, because they got no policies of their own that they can stand up and talk about. So instead, they've got the whole orange man bad syndrome to the max. They're trying to prevent Trump from running again, because they know whoever they put in there in 2024 to run against Trump, it's not going to make it. And so they're trying to take Trump out in the beginning, no doubt about it. Let me get into a little more news here. I did a video. I'll be putting it up here directly, and it's a pregnant woman that her husband was getting pistol whipped in the living room. She steps out the bedroom, and somebody takes a shot at her, and so she runs back in the bedroom and grabs the assault rifle, the AR-15, the long gun, however you want to call it, and took care of business. Check out that video. It'll be up directly if it's not up already. Just a short video of AR-15s do save lives. And that's the mainstream media story that will not make it to the mainstream. So I figured I'd bring it to you here. I only seen one little small news station carrier cover that story out of all the stories out this week against the weapons. So just glad to see this woman save her family's life with this gun. And like I said, go check out that video. Now, speaking about guns, there is some more video footage of Hunter Biden nude, recklessly brandishing a pistol over here with his prostitutes in the motel rooms again. You know, every time you turn around, there's some more footage of Hunter Biden being a hypocrite, or his daddy being a hypocrite. And this laptop is just the gift that keeps on giving. Every time they mention something that Joe Biden is for, they almost always have got somebody that is proven to be a hypocrite immediately, including his own family members. Son's toting a pistol, and I'm not talking about his nudity. I'm talking about he's got a 45, it looks like, or a 9mm in his hand. He's waving it half naked, or actually fully naked, waving it at the camera and waving it at the stripper or woman of the night, whoever he's got with him at that particular time. Probably his next victim, as far as I'm concerned. But at any rate, there's an article about it over here, just the hypocrisy about gun control coming out of Joe Biden's mouth, while his son likes to wave pistols at people while he's naked, while he's filming. What is really going on with this family? I did see also that over here on Fox, Tucker Carlson had an interview with Kyle Rittenhouse and his lawyer, and they said, we're going to go after big tech. We're fixing to announce lawsuits against Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, and many media outlets. And there's a little bit of a video about it over here, and it is just we knew it was coming. They knew it was coming. They should have kept their mouth shut. They shouldn't have had an opinion about that boy. They should have never called him a racist. And now the judge decided with Kyle. I hate it for you folks. Everybody that defaced that boy, defamed that boy, and tried to make him out to be somebody he wasn't. I think it's going to be expensive for you. I hope it was worth it. And that's all I got for all them folks. I have no remorse for anybody that smeared Kyle Rittenhouse with their lies, and I just hope he takes them to the cleaners. That's just my opinion, but that's what I think. Now, let me get into a little more story before this thing cuts off on me. I only got so many minutes on the phone here. Let me get me some coffee in me. Peter Navarro also joined Tucker Carlson in the first major interview after the FBI arrested him for defying Liz Cheney and the Kangaroo Court Committee. And there's a video about this over here on the Gateway as well. You're welcome to check it out this morning if you like as well. And he's got some really good stuff to say about how it's totally unconstitutional. They didn't actually subpoena him. He just told them he wasn't going to list the subpoenas, and they come and they locked him up anyway. So they didn't actually go through proceedings, and the Pelosi committee doesn't actually have the power to subpoena and hold people accountable for not showing up for subpoenas. They don't actually have that, wield that kind of power, with the exception of Nancy Pelosi deciding she has the power. Now, there is Tennessee governor signs executive order to enhance school safety and evaluate law enforcement training standards. What they're doing is, in several of these states, they are now considering arming teachers, training teachers, and making sure there's at least somebody on campus that has the ability to stop people that show up with bad intentions. Glad to see it, glad to see it. Now, this is some good news here. Let me see here. Miracle drug shows 100% remission for all cancer patients in a drug trial. You believe that? Finally, some good news. This would be awesome. Let's see how long it takes the FDA to get this stuff out. A potential new miracle cancer treatment resulted in remission from every patient enrolled in the clinical trial at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. 18 patients diagnosed with rectal cancer enrolled in a drug trial with GlaxoSmithKline, they're big pharma. That's the nicest thing I can say about them. Abstaining from grueling treatments like chemotherapy, incredibly, all participants saw their tumors disappear, according to the trial's results published Sunday in the New England Journal of Medicine. It appears that the first cancer drug study conducted, which all subjects became fully cancer-free as a result. At the trial conclusion, there was no signs of the remaining tumors, and their patients were given physical exams, endoscopies, PET scans, and MRIs. None of the patients have reported adverse reactions during the trial, and it looks like for phase 1 of this trial, 100% success. This particular type cancer, they believe they have found a miracle drug that knocks it out. That is awesome. If we've got any kind of drugs that help prevent illness, FDA needs to fast track them, especially when it comes to cancer drugs. They've spent a lot of money and time trying to figure this stuff out, and I'm just glad to see we actually looks like we got some progress going in the right direction towards actual healing medicine, and that's just great. So some medical experts warned that the trial was diminutive and the results would need to be replicated, but agree that the treatment showed significant promise for treating cancer. So we've got your naysayers, but at the same time, it's still encouraging because the test results so far show nothing but good stuff. That's great news, great news. Not politics, but it is good news for all those who worry about having options when it comes to catching the cancer. Now let me get down into, I had one more article I wanted to read y'all. Let's see here. Now, I don't know how many of y'all seen this the other day, but Ken Paxton launched an investigation into Twitter for potential false reporting over its fake accounts, its bots and things. Ken Paxton is the Attorney General here in Texas. I voted for the guy. I like the guy. He's actually tough on crime here. He is one of the people that wants selection integrity as well. Well, he sees the problems Elon's having with the bots, and he sees the way Twitter treats people in the comment section with the bots, and he's got an investigation going that says we're going to find out what the real numbers are, and find out if it's what kind of criminality they got going on with fudging the numbers and making this stuff up. So hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this. I'm glad to see an attorney general actually doing something to try to right the ship. Glad to see it, glad to see it. I see they're going after the Oath Keepers too. They're going after anybody they can to try to make this movie more of a standout. And that's basically what it's all about. Now this is a pretty disgusting story. If this video is long enough, let me go ahead and get it out here. A couple days ago, I didn't report on this, but there was here in Dallas, Texas, there was some drag queens, I guess you would say, invited some children to come hang out at the strip club, and there was a viral video about it, and I couldn't bring myself to play it. It's just disgusting. But since this has happened, a Texas lawmaker proposes a ban on minors attending drag shows, citing viral video of kids throwing money at drag queens in a Dallas bar. Now, somebody needs some child protective services called on them for bringing these kids to an adult place, promoting that gay crap on them. Where were the parents is what I want to know. And if the parents were there in attendance, we need to get somebody to figure out what the hell is wrong with people teaching kids to throw money at the strangest of folks. It's gross, it's disgusting, and it is not something I would ever want my children to learn, much less learn at an elementary school age. It's disgusting. But I'm glad to see a Texas lawmaker is proposing a ban. I mean, it's pretty bad when you got to make up a ban to keep kids out of strip clubs because there's drag queens promoting kids watching this. Just disgusting. I won't get into it no more. It's a little aggravating to me at times. That's about all I got for you folks, but there is tons of news out. And like I said, Steve Bannon says after he's been attacked this week as well, like he said, let me just say it one more time, you're getting a democracy suppository on November 8th, and that's the best news I got for you all day, and it's the truth. It's coming for them. They're going down the tubes like something really bad flushed down the commode, waiting on it to go down the drain. We're just waiting the clock out to change the rules here. We can't get Biden out immediately, but we can get a lot of his cronies out of there starting November 8th, and I am ready as Steve Bannon and the rest of you folks to change the direction of our country. So vote, vote, vote. It is time to go vote in 7 states today. Get out there and make your mark if you're in one of those states today where we got primary races to get rid of some of these folks, knock out the rhinos, put in America First people with your choices. Go vet them, go pick them, go do your job. That's all I ask for anybody that listens to this channel. Go vote when you can. Instead of complaining on YouTube and that's all you do in the comment section, get aggravated, get activated about it, and go make your mark. That's all I ask everybody that listens to my channel. If you do nothing else, make sure your vote counts, and make sure you get to count your vote by showing up. Like, subscribe, and share to Vote a Patriot.